So you are following a bunch of people on Instagram that you want to unfollow. A lot of people come to me with this problem and they let me know that when they try to unfollow people on Instagram, they end up getting a block from Instagram for taking too many actions and they cannot get very far. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how you can unfollow everyone on your Instagram fast without receiving a block. I just saw this statistic that says that only 5% of the people who are going to watch this video are actually subscribed, and I'd really appreciate it if you did subscribe. And think about this, if half of the people who watch this video end up subscribing, we could watch this channel go to 5,000 subscribers overnight, and I think that'd be really cool for all of us to be part of. Hey there, my name is Dustin Norris for those of you who do not know me, and I have an Instagram growth agency where I grow my clients' accounts by about 400 all the way up to 30,000 real and targeted followers every single month, and I'll show some of the results from my clients on the screen right now so that you guys know that I know what I'm talking about. I wanted to shout out these comments really quick because I thought that they were really nice comments for someone to leave on one of my past videos. And if you want your comment to be shouted out in a future video, all you have to do is leave a nice comment down below. This video is also sponsored by Hands-Free Digital Marketing, which is the agency where I grow my clients' accounts. So if you're interested in growing your account by 400 to 30,000 real and targeted followers every single month, send me an email. My email is down in the description below. And this channel has been growing like crazy, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who is supporting the channel. I could not make this awesome content that helps you all out without you helping me out. Okay, enough of this messing around, blah, blah, blah. So you might be wondering why I'm doing another video on unfollowing people on Instagram, and it's because my last one got a lot of traction, but there was also a lot of people in the comments that said they had issues. So I wanted to address all those issues and make sure that everyone who is having problems unfollowing people on Instagram can have all their problems solved in this video. So to start off, we're gonna talk about why Instagram cares if you're unfollowing a lot of people on Instagram. And it's as simple as they're trying to get rid of automation on the platform. And if you're just going through, well, automation and spamming. If you're just going through and unfollowing a ton of people, they're probably assuming you're doing a lot of other actions to people, like liking, commenting, or following them in a very spammy manner without actually caring about, you know, their account and who that person is. So they're trying to limit the amount of actions that people can take on the platform, including unfollows, so that they can try and cut back on the amount of automation and spamming that there is on the platform. Also, if you're taking a lot of actions at once and you're not doing it in a human-like manner, if you're just going through and robotically clicking unfollow, unfollow, unfollow until you unfollow 1,000 people in one day, Instagram may think that you're a bot. They might think that it's automation, and they're trying to get rid of all automation on their platform. So in order to do this successfully, you need to seem human and you need to seem like you're not using automation to do this. So that actually brings us into my next point, which is that you should not be using any kind of software or automation to unfollow these people. I know there's a lot of people who make videos about these softwares or automation on YouTube. I've even been approached by some of these companies, and I do not recommend using any of these softwares. The people who are making YouTube videos out of these softwares are probably getting money from posting these YouTube videos about these softwares. And I'm here to tell you that if you're using automation or software on your Instagram account, you are going to get a block. There was a ton of people, and I'll try and show some of the comments on the screen right now. There was a ton of people in my last video that I made saying that, oh, I've used this service or I've used this application on my phone to unfollow a bunch of people, and it didn't work. It kept having problems, or it got a block on my account. And not only can you get blocks from using automation and software on your Instagram account, but you can also get a ban. Yes, if you have 10,000 followers on your Instagram and you're using software, you can get your account banned. So just make sure that no matter what you do, if you're trying to grow your account, if you're trying to get rid of followers that you don't want anymore, do not use automation or software. Now, some of you may be like, oh, I use a software to post on my Instagram account. And there are some trusted applications. There are some trusted applications that Instagram trusts. You know, some of these are like Later or Hootsuite. You know, the big major companies that are primarily used to schedule posting on Instagram, those softwares are fine. I have clients that use those softwares even combined with the work that we're doing on their account, and those softwares are fine. We don't have any kind of issue with blocks or bans using the scheduling softwares, as long as it's a well-known one and it's not a software that is an automation software that just also happens to schedule posts. I used to use Jarvee for work on Instagram, and nothing on Jarvee seems to work anymore without getting some sort of block. And I've even tried just using it for posting, scheduling content. And even that, Instagram can tell that it comes from Jarvee. It leaves some sort of digital footprint, and it's saying, oh, the software is Jarvee, and Jarvee is not a trusted software with us. So we need to block the actions that they are taking with this software that we do not trust. So even though I was just scheduling posts to go out with Jarvee, Instagram still got mad at me and said, no, you cannot be doing that, and it affected my account. So make sure that the software that you're using to post is actually a very trustworthy software. And I would suggest using the big name ones like Later or Hootsuite, one of those ones. In my last video about how to unfollow people, I suggested using the least interacted with filtering that Instagram just rolled out on the platform. And this is still the #1 way that you can unfollow people. Instagram is going to be more lenient on you because you're using a new feature, and this feature is literally designed to target the people who you are interacting with the least. So if you go ahead and use this filter that they literally made for you to unfollow people, and you unfollow people off this list, you are going to be able to do it with more success. You're going to be able to take more actions, and you're going to be able to accomplish your goal a lot better without meeting any resistance from Instagram because you're using this new feature. If you want to see exactly how to do this, I went over exactly how to do this in my previous video. So go check that one out if you want to see how to use the least interacted with filtering to unfollow people. The only problem with this filter was in the last video I made, a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, I got a lot of comments on that video, and yes, I do read the comments. I see every single thing that you guys type into the comments. A lot of people in the comments were saying that they do not have that filter. Now, I was not aware of this when I first made the video, but it does seem like Instagram is rolling this out to some people and not everyone. It is still a new feature, so they must still just be testing it out. That's what I think is going on. They're testing it out on some people and not everyone to see how it does, to see if people are using it, to see if they should roll it out on everyone. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm making this second video, to talk to the people who do not have this filtering, to look at other ways that you can unfollow people. But if you do have this filter, I would still watch because I'm going to go over limits and some more updates on my past video. But yeah, there's other filters that you can use to unfollow people besides the least interacted with filter. When you go into the people that you are following in your application, you can go ahead and see right there that you can filter it by the earliest followed and the latest followed. So if you are doing the follow and follow strategy, trying to build your community that way, you could easily use the latest followed filter on your following and look at the people who you most recently followed, and then maybe scroll down a little bit so you don't unfollow all the people you literally just followed yesterday, but go down to see, okay, earlier, this week, these are all the people I followed. Let's start unfollowing those people first. You can also use the earliest followed to see, okay, out of all the people that I'm trying to target with follows and engagement to grow my account, who were the earliest ones that I should now go through and unfollow if I no longer want their content in my feed. So you can use both of those filters and they give you a better picture of who the person is, how did you target them, when you targeted them, so you have a better idea of if you should actually be unfollowing them then and there. But yeah, you can't really replace the least interacted with because that filtering is just brilliant. But this is a good alternative if you do not have that. You can still use this and get an idea of who this person is, and even just seeing all the names, you're gonna get an idea of the people you do interact with, the people whose content you actually do like, and the people whose content you no longer wanna see in your feed, and you can just go ahead and unfollow all those people. When you are taking the unfollow actions, and I don't think I talked about this in the last video, you should be on the mobile application. So on your phone, on the mobile application, doing it by hand. Instagram is trying to get rid of automation and bots. You've heard me say this time and time again. And you have a trust score on your account. And if you have been using automation or you're spamming out actions, your trust score is gonna be bad. Another thing that makes your trust score bad is using the desktop Instagram, like on the actual website, to take all these actions. And the reason why Instagram doesn't trust this is because people can make scripts, they can make bots that actually use embedded browsers that make it look like you're just on your desktop application to take all these actions, to spam out follows, to spam out likes, to spam out comments on people's content. And if you're using the desktop application to take these heavy amounts of actions, Instagram doesn't know whether you're a bot or a human doing these. So the desktop application, the website on your actual computer, the laptop, whatever you're using, you are going to get a lower trust score on your account if you're doing that rather than using your phone. So when you're using your phone, you're actually able to do more of these actions without meeting any resistance from Instagram. It is really hard to make a bot or automation that actually goes through an embedded version of the Instagram app. So that's why they trust the Instagram app and all the actions you take on the actual phone app a lot more than if you are using desktop. So let's talk about the limits, and this is the part where a lot of people are actually interested in. They want to know, how many can I do a day? How many can I do an hour? Is there anything else I need to do while I'm taking these actions? And if you have a great trust score and you're doing all the actions on mobile and you're doing everything correctly, you can unfollow up to 500 people every single day without any problems. But that does not mean that you should be doing 500 unfollows every single day. And if you try to do that, you may get away with it for 1 day, 2 days, even a week. Then Instagram is gonna come with the hammer and say, no, you cannot be doing that many actions, even though it's just unfollows. I recommend that you stick to 200 unfollows every single day, 200 unfollows as the max. You can do less than that, do not do more than that in one single day. If you do more than that, Instagram will start to watch your actions more carefully, see what's going on with your account, and then they'll start to actually block your account and the actions that you can take. And if you are doing 200 unfollow actions every single day, you cannot be doing follow actions on top of that. Unfollows and follows are within the same bracket in the view of the Instagram algorithm and how Instagram works. If you're doing a lot of follows, you can't also do a lot of unfollows. And if you're doing a lot of unfollows, you can't also do a lot of follows. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do other actions like liking and commenting. Those can actually help you do more unfollows, and we'll get into that a little bit later. You also should not be just right out of the gates doing 200 unfollow actions every single day. You need to warm the account up and really ease in to the amount of actions you're taking with the account. You know, if you just are doing no actions, no follow or unfollow actions on your account, then all of a sudden you do 200 unfollow actions, that's a huge red flag to Instagram. So what you need to do is start off with the first day, unfollow 25 people. The second day, unfollow 50 people. The third day, unfollow 100 people, and then just keep increasing the amount of people, the amount of actions that you're taking in a day by about 50 actions every single day until you get up to that 200 unfollows every single day. When you ease into the amount of actions like this, it looks a little bit more organic. Instagram has a hard time telling that you're just doing mass actions just right out of the gate because you kind of warmed it up and eased into it. Seems a little bit more normal from the algorithm standpoint. There are two ways to successfully unfollow up to 200 people every single day after you've warmed up your account. One of the ways is just blasting out all the unfollows all at once. This is actually one of the better ways to do this if you can do this. If you're gonna do this, I would recommend you're using the least interacted with filtering. I wouldn't do this with the earliest followed or the latest followed filtering. I would only recommend doing this with the least interacted with. And the least interacted with pulls up a list of about, I think it's like 50 people. So if you go through and unfollow all 50 people really fast, refresh that list, there's gonna be another list of 50 people. Unfollow all those people really fast, there's gonna be another list. Unfollow all those people. Do that 4 times. The 50 times the 4 is 200. And you have to try and unfollow all 200 people within a 5-minute window. If you can unfollow all of those within a 5-minute, 10-minute window, you're gonna be good. Just make sure after you do all those actions that you're actually using the app normally, you know, as a normal human. So going into your home feed, interacting with the post there, liking, commenting, you know, interacting with the people who you're following. Going into your explore page, interacting with people there, browsing through, acting normal on the explore page. Those kinds of actions are going to increase your trust score so that tomorrow when you come back and you take 200 more unfollow actions, Instagram's like, okay, this person's likely human because they're interacting with people on the home feed and the explore page. They're not just spamming out actions and not even using the platform at all. So yeah, make sure that when you do blast through, do it in a short amount of time and that you go and do normal human actions after you're done unfollowing people. The other way to do this is how you do any other action at mass. That's what you can do is you go through and do about 50 at a time, right? And you do only 50 in that 1 hour window. You wait an hour and then you do 50 more. When you're waiting in between the actions, that's when you go do the normal human behaviors. Make sure after you unfollow the 50 people and you're waiting for an hour, you go and use the application. You're engaging with people on the home feed and on the explore page. Those are the types of actions that are gonna help your trust score and make it so that you can do the rest of the actions after you wait an hour. This is how you should be doing the unfollows if you're doing it with the earliest followed list or the latest followed list. I would only recommend blasting through and doing all of the unfollows at once when you're using the least interacted with list, because Instagram's gonna be more lenient with that list. Okay, let's hop into my phone real quick just so I can show you where all these lists are. So if you're on your home page right here and you go ahead and click on following, right? And then you can see there's a list right here, least interacted with. This is the list where you just go through and unfollow, click the unfollow and then click unfollow. And this would have 50 people in that list if you have, more people that you are following. Right now I'm only following 25 people on this account, so I don't have people that I need to get rid of. So yeah, each one of these lists is gonna have 50 people, so you go through that 4 times, that's your 200 for the day. The other lists are right here where it says sort by default. You can also sort this by date followed latest. So these are all the people I recently followed, and then you do date followed earliest. And then this is gonna be all the people that I first followed. So you can use these different lists to get an idea of who you're interacting with, who the person is, how long you've been following them, if you really still want to be following them, and get an idea. Then you can go down through the list and start unfollowing people and unfollow your 200 people a day. Cool, so that's how to unfollow people fast on Instagram without receiving a block. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a like. If you like Instagram content like this, definitely subscribe. I'd love to see you in future videos, and goodbye. And yeah, I don't know what to do with this 20 seconds right here, but there's some videos on the screen. You could click those. That'd be cool. I could see you in another video, or we could just just hang out here in this little end scene area. All right, bye.